Good evening. This song came up for me tonight. I googled it, wanted to share it with you. And music was music. Go back and listen to the words of the song. He would just do as they please. All right, I just thought I would share that. That came up for me. So listen, I want to share this with you tonight. Let's do this. I'm going to make it quick, simple, and sweet. So, that song, the lyrics to that song was talking a lot at the beginning about somebody just doing what they please, right? So I find a lot of times people just do what they please. And it might not be right. And even when they're told, hey, that's not right, it's impacting me, and please don't do that, like you're a paid professional, it goes in one ear and out the other. So today, on my freedom journey, it's kind of been a bumpy little journey, a bumpy journey. Anyway, I had some documents to, papers to deliver to a magistrate, so-called judge, right? So there is a lot of corruption in a particular state, right? How do I know? Because I read what the law really is, and then I read how people do things. And when you put it together, it's absolutely appalling. But it is what it is. Hopefully, my experience will be such I can apply my knowledge and problem solving skills and share it so that no one else has to go through what I and my can endure. So, anyway, I go today um, to drop off a letter in the private to, I'd already put something in the file the other day, but today I wanted to make sure that it's there because, you know, these corporate courts, they're for the realm of the dead, right? That's why you need someone to represent you, like the Christ who represents you to the Heavenly Father. It's like the attorney represents you, represents you to the one in the black robe. And I guess they don't have Bibles in there anymore. So that was the whole reason that people were supposed to stand up. When you go into the courtroom, you're standing up because there's a Bible there. And so we don't have articles of court where the living are. And well, I shouldn't say we don't have them because we have the power to invoke articles of court wherever we are. If we know we're people and we need to affect justice. Okay? Within your state's constitution, you might even find something about this pre 1950. Anyway, the case was, we had a little bit of problems. I'm not going to give you stats because it's a, I'm not complaining about the inconsistency. It has nothing to do with me. However, um, this attorney, I went to speak to the attorney before the case. Now, in the case, I asked for something, my God given right, to say, hey, do you have a warrant? Because you know what? I was falsely arrested. Yes, I was. And I learned so much. I learned so much. I've been in jail before, you know, by profession. I worked for many years as a social worker. So I've been in the jail. Even in my schooling, I had to go to the jail. This is undergrad, I had to go to the jail. Just to know, I think I went with a friend. That was her project was to go. So I went with her, and I hope that they still do these visits, and I hope that people see what I saw because I don't remember seeing this. What I saw the other month. Anyway, long story short, it's it's important to keep a rule. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's important not to just do what you feel just because you feel like it. It's important to keep a rule. Rules, order, stability, they all go together, you know. But I found listening to people over the last several weeks, there's this culture where people feel like they don't have to keep the rules. Rules are there to help you. They're to help you know what's acceptable and not acceptable. Within rules in life, we should still be able to enjoy ourselves and have fun. But many times rules are there so that we don't hurt each other. Okay? It's important to go through this life not hurting each other. It's called compassion. It's called civility. It's called if you don't like it, then go to your home. All right? Because here we like rules. And there's a lot that's been hidden about the society, about the culture here at United States of North America. And it is so beautiful. And many of us don't forget. In our spirit, we don't forget. We know what our grandmothers told us. We see what our mothers showed us. And for a while, maybe we forgot. But a lot of us are waking back up as to what is true about the builders that we were, the business people that we were, those who knew how to care for the land, um, agriculture, right? You know, over here now, somebody was just talking about it, and I noticed it to be true. Where are our female trees? The nerve of someone to do that. Remember, it is the rule, do no harm. Not doing to others as you would have to do to you. 'Cause some of you just accept any old type of shoddy behavior, and that's not how it is here. All right, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. My grandmother was from Rome, Georgia, Rome, where there's 7 hills as well. All right, we are now builders. We're creators now. All right, and we're building something beautiful. So I went and mind you, I was falsely arrested. So this is hopefully will shed light on some things for other people because many people who are in the system are falsely arrested. Do you know that if someone is detained for something other than like intentionally causing harm to another, it is an unlawful arrest. Now, unlawful and illegal are two different things, but it's something to talk about because I think a few weeks ago, um, the governor of Maryland overturned some convictions for marijuana. So people, it used to be a time you had too much marijuana on you, not marijuana laced with anything, just God's gift to mankind and man, right? Had too much living like that, then you would be in prison. Well, all crimes are commercial. So this was for finance in a debt-based system. Okay? Some people deported, some people taken away from their families. You know, this is not a little thing anymore. But what is important to know is that we are all learning up to, what's happening. And little by little, we need to shift back into what is right. It is not okay to just, oh, we're going to quit this thing and go to something else. Because if that happens, it's the same people with the same mindset who would then move into what? What else are you moving into? Like, you did this, all right? And we let you do this. And so when I say that, I mean, the confusion, the corruption. So a lot of the rest is this. Someone does something, let's say it's not at all a crime. not violent. Let's say that this happened. Let's say someone didn't get cheese on their Big Mac like they asked for. I don't know if y'all seen this, where that happened. A lady didn't get the cheese on her Big Mac. Um, but they charged her for the cheese on her Big Mac, right? Um, Someone in the back didn't like what was happening. They called the police, 911. Someone's trespassing. She won't leave. She didn't get the cheese on her Big Mac. That's why she didn't leave. All right? She paid for something, so she was standing there to wait for it. So they called the police. The policy enforcement officer called them, and they come to the scene and they close. This woman, he closed this, punched her in the face, broke bone, broke like teeth or something out, broke some teeth out. She had sprained neck. She had severe injuries. He beat her like she was a punching bag because she was trespassing. She didn't leave that way. So silly me, silly her, where we think we can explain to people who don't know how to read. If I don't know how to read, I could say level for real. Because if they did read, they would know that that was against the law. See, we Capricorn women, we are actually covered by, when we're in our proper status, we're covered by the Constitution. Now, to be honest with you, a lot of us are not in this contract properly, so we have a hard time saying, "Oh, please protect us," And then what's happening is as we're shifting into honor, like some people ain't trying to help us. They're not even trying to do minimally what your job is. Even if I was, accepting of the corporate titles that I've been mislabeled into. What stands out for me is, as I'm learning, I wrote a letter to the so-called judge, and I did put it on the record a couple of days, but I wanted to like speak to someone face to face in person because I didn't want to have to go into that setting. Even though I'm optimistic that it'll be in my favor, um, had everyone followed the rules, we wouldn't be going through this. My status as of today, on paper, is different than what I really eventually wanted to be, because I am a living woman and I prefer to exercise my rights and I prefer to choose an individual in commerce. When I say individual, I mean like a natural person, the status of the natural person persona, right, that goes into commerce. I prefer to exercise my rights at the highest level possible because I am a people. I am a people. It's just we all have like a, it's like putting on a mask or putting on clothes. We all put on clothes before we go out into commerce. And those clothes, because we're speaking, would be the persona. So many of us are not doing business in our proper person, and then we get okay, so we get cheated of our rights, cheated out of our rights because we don't know better. So therefore, in 6, due to lack of knowledge, my people shall perish. Apply to my people. And to me too. So I'm trying to get knowledge. I don't want to be without what I need in order to make it in this world. All right. So he said to me, my well put together document. In fact, it was like the fourth one because in these courses it's in threes, like the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. They do things just like that. It's a religion. That course is a religion, and so he told me my paperwork was sovereign citizen paperwork. But if it, and he could not talk to me as a defendant. Well, I'm not a defendant. Okay, I'm a woman, and I came to like speak to you like a woman speaks to a man, like where you're not up there and I'm down here, or vice versa. All right. So, long story short, what did he tell me? He told me that what I was asking for, there was no such thing, which lets me know he does not know what a lawful arrest is. A lawful arrest looks like this. There must be a warrant, a paper warrant, not we saw something in our computer system warrant, and it must be an affidavit that preceded that warrant that was taken to to a magistrate, or I should say a commissioner. The commissioner reviews that affidavit that is attested to under the penalty of perjury, all right? And then it's reviewed and say, oh yeah, this probable cause to arrest this individual, and then they're arrested, whether it be on the spot or whether it be at their home, because people are supposed to carry ID with some type of indicator where they are going. Right. So that doesn't happen a lot. And that's a very, very bad thing. Let's just say they didn't do that. Let's just say, because God forbid this ever happened. Oh, let's just say someone lies and says, oh, you know, this person struck me, this person trespassed upon me. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to arrest them and we're going to put them in jail. How terrible. Like, that is what happened. That's not lawful and it's not legal and it's not what intelligent people do. Because the reason, let's say the one who made the accusation is lying, but you just go on what they say with no evidence. See, in life, the truth leaves evidence. When you make a statement, it needs to be as evidence by. You know, um, let's just say something very concrete. The water bill is going to be high as evidence. Someone, yes, no, yes it is. No, yes it is. Not necessarily. Get to know what people mean when they say something. You know, so as evidence by what? Well, I've been running the water a lot. I've been watching or whatever they've been doing to make the work go well. Right? We need to start thinking about that. When we hear people say things to us, we just accept it or want to rebut it, one or the other, many times, and don't say as evidence by X, Y, Z observable fact. That's important. Anyway, that's why affidavit should always go in front, unless there's some emergent violent crime that cannot be stopped. Okay. Other than that, what I'm saying is that's the law. See, that's the rule. And then you don't falsely detain someone, and then that person is then stigmatized all over. Meanwhile, you miss the fact that that person was attacked, not the attacker, because they didn't follow the rules. Follow the rules, which is request and actively do. Then if you're dealing with someone who cannot write, you write for them actively. And then the warrant from the commissioner. Then a detainment if necessary. But when you follow the rules, you'll find sometimes you won't even get past step one because something is wrong. So I just wanted to share with people the importance of thinking, and not thinking that we know everything all the time. Because it's okay. It's okay not to know. It's not okay not to look up things. It's not okay not to search for um, what is true. So thank you for letting me share that. I can talk more about this specific situation a little bit later, but I was just surprised that someone would shut down a conversation and say that I'm making up something like it's some fairy tale. Now, I'll find out soon if everyone has on time. But it's just important to know what's going on around you. Like, for instance, a lot of people are planning to vote for president one way or another. Like, who is the president of your county? Who is that? Who is the president of your county? All right? It's share. Pick another share. My God. All right. So thank you for letting me rant on about that. Thank you for letting me talk about the importance of keeping